Hello and welcome everyone in today's video. So today I will be talking about my interview experience with Nagarro and why I chose Nagarro over a couple of other offers I had so that you guys can ultimately prepare yourself for these kind of interviews. Alright, so let's get started. So the first round was written aptitude test. So basically I got a call directly from a recruiter because I was looking for new job and I turned everything on the Naukri as well as on the LinkedIn portal. So I got directly a call from the recruiter and she informed me regarding the the process. So she told me that there is an aptitude round which you need to clear in order to go ahead with the next rounds. This aptitude round was there was basically 50 questions and you get around 12 minutes to solve all those questions. So questions were easy, but the time was very less, so you cannot spend too much time on a single question. So my suggestion will be to just don't take any question on your ego, just skip that question or just put any answer if you feel so, because you will be getting easy questions later on and you need to pick the questions very properly. Otherwise you'll stuck with a question and you will not be able to clear. This is a very silly thing because see, 50 questions in 12 minutes is way too less time in order to solve any mathematical equations or anything. So just keep on hopping to question and just don't spend too much time on any of the question. uh, yeah, so one thing I would like to tell you about this round is that you will be getting couple of pattern recognition question where you will be getting four pictures in a sequence and you need to find the fifth one. So there were around 7-8 questions on this theme, and if you're good with that you can pick them. Otherwise you can just directly skip them by giving any answer A, B, C, D, whatever you feel like, because see, it takes a lot of time to recognize the pattern and behavior and then find the next one following the pattern, because they were not that easy and I was not good at those things, so I just removed those things and then pick the easier one. You will also be getting a couple of general English questions like pick the similar word or pick the opposite word in the meaning. So those were very easy and you can just pick them and solve them. So yeah, that's all. You will not be getting any scorecard or something. If you pass that exam, you will get a call from recruiter for the next further rounds. If not, you need to prepare yourself better for these kind of things. See, for experienced candidate, we may tend to forget all those shortcut formulas and everything to solve those questions. So if you if you take 2-3 days to prepare those basic aptitude, that is also okay. You can just talk to your recruiter and she'll be able to give you some time. uh, so after this round there was a technical round. That was a hardcore technical round where they'll ask you what you have done till now, what you're good at, and what is your current project and how many projects you have worked on and everything, and then they'll start shooting questions depending on your skill set. So I got a couple of questions from the Lightning Web Components. Mostly I've covered all those questions in my previous video, top 10 LWC questions. I'll put the link in the description box so that you can also check that. But I would like to highlight one question. So they asked me to write something on a notepad, and that question was a heart and soul of this interview. So they asked me that there will be a input field where you can put the account name, and based on that account name you need to find all the related opportunities and contacts from that particular account, and then you need to display it in a Lightning Web Component or Aura component, whichever you feel comfortable with, in a data table. So precisely he was trying to understand whether I know the concept of wrapper classes or not, and then after whether I can iterate the list of elements in the data table or not. So that's what he was looking for. Although he was not looking for the exact code, but also at the same time he was not looking for any pseudo code. So you need to write code in order to make him understand everything. So yeah, this was the major question. And then I got a couple of questions from batch epics. He asked me whether I have any real-time project scenario where I have used stateful in batch, but I clearly told them that no, I haven't used it yet, but I knew what it is and why we use it, so I explained them everything. I also got a couple of questions related to call out from batch, and a few questions related to batch on whether you can call batch from future method or future method from batch, and these sort of questions were there. uh, he also tried to ask couple of questions from batch epics, like let's say if you have 4 batch jobs, 200 records per job, and if one fails, what will happen to that batch, and whether that batch will proceed, and how you will identify the record which was failed, and how you will do, find that record, and what you will do with that record. So these were the kind of questions he was asking. After batch epics, he asked a couple of questions from the integration, whether I can see. So on integration, he was trying to ask the authentication and authorization, whether I know the difference, what they have, what is auth 2.0 flow looks like, and what kind of authentication mechanism I have worked on. Whether I have used with different connectors available with Salesforce or not. I have integrated SAP with Salesforce or not. So these are the questions he asked me. He also asked me how you can mock the call out in the test classes, and what will be the structure of that test class. So these were the basic questions from the integration. Then he asked a couple of questions from trigger, but not a lot of questions from trigger. He asked me whether I know a couple of things on trigger. So those were very basic thing, but depending on so see, I spent most of the time in my first LWC section, where I wrote code and explained that code. So he didn't get much time to ask a couple of other topics, but he just touched those topics, like whether I worked on FSL or not, and what is the data model of FSL. That was it. And then he asked me a couple of service cloud and admin related questions, but those were very easy and basic questions. So the question which he asked me to write code of was the heart and soul of my interview. And once I explained everything properly, there was not much follow-up questions. Couple of basic questions on the JavaScript, what is asynchronous JavaScript, and how callout work within JavaScript, and basically fetch API and couple of other things. So but it was not much in detail when it came to JavaScript. Yeah, so I think that was it in the technical round. And then there was a techno managerial round. I was informed that this is a managerial round, but then ultimately it came as a techno managerial round. The guy who was taking this interview was release manager, so he asked so many questions from the deployment, and he asked a couple of questions from the SOQL as well. Basically, he asked me to write a query where there was a relation between opportunity and product. So basically, he wanted to understand whether I know the data model which works behind the opportunity and products. So basically, there are two junction objects work in the back end, which are opportunity line item and product line item, and he just wanted me to explain data model. And that's it. He asked a couple of questions related to project, what kind of project I am working, how delivery works there, how Scrum works, which I mean the development phase, testing phase, and deployment phase, how those phases work in this current project, whether I have handled a team or not. Yeah, I think those were the questions, and mostly about my projects, my previous projects, and what kind of roles and responsibilities I've played in those projects. So that was mostly about this techno managerial round. Couple of questions from the deployments, and mostly related to projects, and my roles and responsibilities were there. Then he asked me if I have any question or not, and I took an opportunity to ask a couple of questions from him about the delivery, about how the project assignment works there, and how they are taking Salesforce as a future technology. I mean, the pipeline in Salesforce. I asked a couple of questions which I had in my mind, basically not only to just show them that I am interested, but also to understand where Salesforce is actually in their pipeline. So that was the techno managerial round. And then there was a round, I mean, I'll not call it round, it was just for the salary discussion and all. So this overall process took around 2-3 weeks, and it was not a 1 day, 2 day, or a week's process, because they need to get a lot of approvals. And then there was a salary discussion round, where they explained me what they can offer, and if I have any other offer, they were looking to provide me those CTC for approval and other thing. So that was it. And then HR called me and informed me they will send you a rough estimate what they can offer you, and then you need to provide your approval, so that they can provide you a proper offer letter with all the salary breakup and everything. So I think that was it in this. And now the question why I chose Nagarro over a couple of other offers. I had offer from Deloitte, KPMG, and couple of other service-based organization, Cape Gemini, Cognizant, HCL. So the reason why I chose Nagarro is because their interview process was very good. I already have a couple of friends working there, so I got to know the projects they have, the pipeline they have, and the future of Salesforce there, and the kind of role they were giving me was very good. In terms of money, see, the market is very good right now, so they all are ready to pay you a match you with any other offer letter. But yeah, salary was not an issue. It was the kind of role they were getting me. That's why I chose Nagarro. But yes, if you guys have any question related to any onboarding or any interview or any other related issue with you can definitely get in touch with me, and I'll be able to help you all. I hope this video is good for you. If you like the content, please do share, like, and subscribe so that I can reach out to maximum people. Thank you guys. I see you later. Thank you.